Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats. New ball, it's Rusedski. Talk of the North, Alun Cochrane. Their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, daytime dame, Trisha Goddard. Comedy Canuck, Glenn Wall. And their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello, and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, sleeping through the alarm is the #1 reason for being late for work? It's particularly bad if you're a fireman. British people are at least 1 inch taller than they were 20 years ago. That's because 20 years ago, we were all children. And 97% of all dangerous driving offences are committed by men, which means 3% are committed by bloody women drivers. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Jason, Trisha and Glenn, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it Diana? It's a big concert that happened on Sunday, which was rubbish, but strangely addictive, but you just couldn't turn off. It was real car crash telly. It was...
They're making their own jokes now. There's no... That was never meant.
My favourite bit was Mark Owen from Take That coming on stage and going, "Happy birthday, Diana!" Going, well, it's not probably one of her happiest, I'll be honest with you.
One of those things where Canadians get accused in Britain of being quite bland and boring, and you managed to wrestle the title quite spectacularly by putting on that pile of shit.
Was it P. Diddy, whatever he's called now?
Coffee.
Philip, it stands for Philip.
Yeah.
Philip Diddy. Philip Diddy, that's what other people call it.
At one point he said, "Make some noise if you miss Diana," right? And everyone cheered. I went, "Yay!" I was thinking, that's not the noise they should have made. The noise they should have made was like pining like a dog, like, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." Scratching the back of their chairs like that.
I missed the entire concert because I went to the pub with 100 Diana lookalikes that haven't worked for 10 years. I just thought they needed cheered up. I gutted those girls.
I'll tell you who you look like.
Oh, here we go.
You look like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
People say I look like a fat Michael Owen. So, at least yours is a bit of a... Yours is a cartoon. I know, yeah, laugh it up. I live with this face. That's right.
I like the way Harry gave a shout-out to his troop in Iraq. Sorry I couldn't be there, boys. I wanted to, but been booking ballerinas.
I saw the concert and I would have rather gone to Iraq.
They should have got Cilla Black and just flew in a big copter at the end and gone, "Harry, you wanted to be there. You can be!"
Did you go, Greg?
No, I missed it, but I managed to see Macker and Becker look like 2 leather-clad men introducing the acts.
I must have missed that bit while I was being sick in the garden.
He had a leather cap on, didn't he? Boris
Yeah,
Becker.
a leather cap.
Nice little leather cap.
And a Batman belt.
Because he's in Fathers for Justice, but he's not that committed.
Exactly.
No, I'd like to see the kid again, but, you know, I did just fuck a waitress in a...
It wasn't his, come on. He denied it in the beginning.
He denied it in the beginning. When it popped out, there was no denying it.
He didn't even have a DNA test. He just saw it with ginger hair and went, "All right, fair enough." Was you invited, Trisha?
No.
Jeremy Kyle was there. I'm saying, I think he might have got your invite. I saw Jeremy Kyle in a pub.
Yeah, you always watch, don't you?
I think he's brilliant. Some of my family are on it. And I saw him. He was in a pub in Manchester, and he was just sat by himself. But his phone went, and he picked it up, and he went, "Hello, what? Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Leave that fucking orange juice! Fuck off!" Like, he was the most rudest person I've ever met in my life. So I punched him in the face.
Right, let's have a look and see whether the Diana concert is up there. Yes, it is. Third most talked about thing this week. Apparently, Duran Duran performed at Diana's memorial concert as it's what she would have wanted. I'm not sure she would have wanted a memorial concert at all. Sean, Greg, Alan, what else have the nation been talking about?
Wimbledon in the rain.
People are saying it's been the worst Wimbledon ever.
It's been the worst in 25 years. It's just been on, off, so I'd have to agree.
You're just saying that because you're not there?
Probably. A little bit of ego going on there.
The thing I like about tennis is the pun headlines on Wimbledon you get. So, like, if Tim Henman's won a couple of matches, it's Timbledon. and if there's lots of rain, it's Swimbledon. If there's lots of arguments, it's Grumbledon. They're just constantly coming up with any pun that they can work in with Wimbledon. Like, if it's hot, I don't know, Wimble hot.
You sure you don't work for one of those newspapers?
They're dying for, like, a nun to walk past. They go, Wimbledon.
I'm a fan of Rafael Nadal because he's got massive arms.
Almost the same as yours, huh?
A bit like mine.
Yeah, check out Alan's guns. Wow.
But he's huge, and it seems weird because you'd think that he'd only have one huge arm because he's only hitting it with one hand.
Have you got one big arm?
Still got one big arm.
Which one is it?
Don't look down like that.
He's got long arms. And do you have to do certain things? Do you have to go, right, I mustn't use that arm for this bit because it's too strong? Like if you were going to stroke a cat or something with your big arm and you go, oh, crushed it! I should have used my weaker stroking arm. A bit like chicken.
Oh, you're going to say fish for a second.
Don't touch him with that arm.
There was a photo in the paper of some ducklings on one of the courts the other day.
Wimbleduck.
It might well have been Wimbledon in the paper, actually. I think if you're a little yellow duckling, a little bit risky, that. Maybe if you're thinking about the game, you could easily just bend down and pick one of them up and twat it.
OK, let's have a look and see if Wimbledon's up there. Yes, of course it is. Yes, Wimbledon's been in the news. At Wimbledon, Henman has Henman Hill, named after him. Murray has Murray Mound. And Greg's got a baker's opposite the station. Jason, Trisha, Glenn, what else have the country been talking about this week?
Terrorists driving into Glasgow airport.
Yeah, the most violent incident in Glasgow that day.
Yeah.
I'm joking, not even close.
What about the luggage handler, the hero?
Luggage handler, he was amazing. Do you want to see a clip of this fella?
Yeah.
John Smeaton, he's a Glasgow hero. Have a look at him.
I ran straight down. Other members of the public at the same time have done the exact same thing as me. We've all ran towards the guy. We've all tried to get a kick in at him, get a bit. Just subdue the guy, get him down.
Yeah. He kicked him twice, thrown him as hard as he could against a wall, yeah, and then punched him about 5 times before he realised it wasn't a suitcase.
He's like a Scottish Jack Bauer, that fellow, isn't he? That'd be
That's what they're
I think they
saying,
should do
isn't
the
it?
next
24.
series of 24 in Scotland. That'd be brilliant. Just beep, beep, beep. The following takes place between 8 and 9. They say it took them 6 months to organise. You think... And at the end of that, your best plan was to set fire to your car and drive it through the front doors of an airport.
I think the problem is our terrorists are now being trained by Brainiac on Sky One. They're just watching that and picking up what they can.
There's been like 3 terrorist attempts in a row, and none of them have worked. And if I was like a terrorist that believed in a god that controlled everything, I'd have to start to think maybe Allah likes Britain.
Let's have a look and see if the terror attacks are up there. Yes, Britain is on terror alert after attacks in London and Glasgow. There were 2 doctors on the scene almost immediately. Unfortunately, one of them was on fire and the other one was trying to blow himself up. Sean, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Obviously, the outrageous abuse of our civil liberties. We can't smoke in pubs anymore. It's outrageous. I object to it very, very strongly, mostly because I'm a smoker. I'm actually very, very hurt and upset by it.
Has giving up smoking affected you in any way, Sean?
No, because I haven't.
You don't smoke, do you, Greg?
No, I don't.
No.
Henman does, though, doesn't he?
There's a rumour going around.
I've heard that Henman smokes, but I think actually he doesn't. He's just doing it in a really desperate bid to be slightly interesting. I reckon he hates it. He's like, oh, it's horrible.
Whether he smokes or not, there's no way he smokes like that.
I don't object to the idea of the ban. What I object to is the fines. They can ban it, but don't fine us as well. That's outrageous.
Why?
Just trust me. I might have the odd one. You're not going to fine me as well. What I object to is also certain groups have dispensations, don't they? Like you can smoke
Care
in
homes.
prison. Yeah, and also magicians, don't they? Because they can go...
I don't smoke, but I don't drink either, so I don't spend a lot of time in pubs.
What do you do?
I visit whores. I don't go in pubs, but now all the smokers have come out on the streets, and now the streets are really smoky. You can't walk anywhere. I've got to walk into a pub to get a bit of fresh air. It's going to wind me up.
But the other thing is you'd find all your whores on the streets.
Actually, that was a joke. I've never visited one.
I like the way you say visited, like, I brought some biscuits. I bought you the Radio Times, didn't know you like that.
Okay, let's stay half an hour, OK?
Well, let's have a look and see whether smoking is in the top 5 most talked about things this week. Number 1. The most talked about thing this week, yeah. Britain's smoking ban came into force last weekend. There's a new patch for smokers. It's a bit of pavement outside the pub. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing to get. What else have the nation been talking about?
The BBC correspondent, Alun Johnson, who has had a shave. He's been released. He was kidnapped and he's been let out. They let him go.
He said that he was in a dark hole, that the food made him ill and that they were rude. It just sounds like he was in Butlins for 2 weeks.
I read the report and it said that they gave him Palestinian food for the first week and then after that they gave him cheese and eggs.
You have to respect him, though, because, you know, he's in a foreign country, he complained about the food. Most British people wouldn't even complain in a restaurant, let alone when someone's got a Kalashnikov. He's got a lot of front, hasn't he?
When you're chained to a radiator to go, this is...
Bit too much basil.
Let's have a look and see if Alun Johnston is up there. Yes, this is the story that BBC correspondent Alun Johnston has been freed. Alun Johnston was a little bit disappointed on being released that he wasn't met by Davina McCall. At the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean's team have 3 points, Jason's team have 2 points. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Our teams choose a picture and then they have to answer a question based on a related statistic or survey. Sean, Greg and Alan, what picture do you want to go for?
I'll go for Big Daddy.
You're going for Big Daddy. OK, this picture represents dads, and it's a word association question. So I'm looking for the top word or phrase the public said when we said dads.
Oh, it's pain, isn't it? Unnecessary pain.
Oh, Sean.
Are you a dad, Sean?
Yes, I am, yeah.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Yeah. Well,
Are you on the birth certificate?
yeah, of course I am.
You know the people Trisha normally meets, don't you?
You've asked that question before, haven't you?
Are you a dad, Alan?
No, I'm going to be, though.
Just as soon as you meet the right woman.
They don't call me Shaggy for nothing.
So this is baby number 1?
Yeah.
You're going to get a better name than that, though, surely.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking, because from now on it's no sex, no time together, no attention.
Are you offering him a little bit on the side? From now on, you won't be getting any at home.
She won't even know you're gone.
Cheers!
It's a nice offer, but I think I'm out of your league.
Top word or phrase associated with dads.
Hard-working or...?
Hard-working. You're having a laugh. Almost as heavy.
Lazy.
Lazy is exactly right, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the word most associated with dads is lazy. A spokesman for Lazy Dad said, "Oh, in a minute." Jason, your team? What do you want to go for?
We're going to go with the dart player.
We're going to go for Andy Forden, the dart player. This is a nation's favourite question. What does the British public prefer, darts or Shakespeare?
Do you think he's holding that during a game? Yeah, that'd be quite dangerous. Makes darts a lot more exciting. Imagine if it hit one of his arms, he'd just burst.
And sometimes when Andy Fordham lifts his arm like that, it's so big and greasy, it does look like a kebab shop window.
Come on, these are great athletes you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Great athlete.
Well, that's a British tennis player saying that, so...
I think Shakespeare is shit. So, I don't mind a couple of the, you know, the Romeo and Juliet type things, not bad, but he's rubbish at comedy, isn't he? He's not funny.
Well, he was back then.
Was he? Yeah. They all went, yeah, all right, Willie, very funny that, yeah. Well
But
done.
do you think in 200 years people will find you funny?
I don't think that many people find us funny now. When I was at university, we spent 6 weeks...
Did you go to university?
I did go to university, yeah.
What did you study?
I studied...
Northern Studies.
Northern Studies, yeah. Media and performance, I did.
Wheel tapping.
Salford.
Which university was it?
It was Salford University.
Did it used to be a polytechnic or a garage?
It's... I did a bit of drama there, and we studied Shakespeare, and it was hard in that sort of area of Manchester. It's quite rough, you know, and there was a lot of, like, is this a dagger I see before me? Yeah, give me your trainers. You know, it was hard to get through that.
I can't imagine you acting there.
You can't imagine me what?
I can't imagine you acting.
Oh, God, I can't.
What do the nation prefer, Shakespeare or darts?
I think people prefer Shakespeare.
OK.
I think darts.
I can tell you darts won. 51% of the population prefers darts. Is that a dagger I see before me? No, it's a dart. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean, Alan and Greg, and 4 points for Jason, Trisha and Glenn. Join us after the break when we'll be finding out what your greatest regret is. Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Because car boot sellers are deemed to be private individuals and not traders, there's no protection for the buyer.
We secretly filmed our purchases at the next car boot.
15 quid.
And took along electrical expert Tony Cuthbert.
Tony, would you say this was lethal?
Yes. We've had it looked at by an expert. It's potentially lethal. It's very badly warm.
That's right.
All right, that's potentially lethal.
Turn that off because I'll smash it in bits.
Why would you smash it in
seconds?
This is lethal. This is lethal. There's no anchor for the wire. It can be pulled out.
I know that. Why do you think it's told second-hand?
You have a responsibility to the public, don't you? To the people.
No, I don't have a responsibility to anybody.
You don't have a responsibility to anybody?
Only to myself.
So it's up to the person to check out whether this is dangerous.
Well, I would have thought so.
That's not what happens in shops, you know. That's not what happens
I'm not
in
a shop. It's second-hand rubbish.
He's just selling stuff at a car boot sale. Leave him alone.
Yeah, completely with him the whole way through it.
Totally with him, yeah. The other thing is the bloke goes, it's potentially lethal, this drill. So are all drills. There is a question. 34% of Brits would prefer a trip to a car boot sale than a theme park. Do you think that's true or false?
True.
False. There we go. Let's crack on.
OK.
The reason people like car boots is because they can haggle the price of stuff. You can't do that in a theme park. It's £5 to get on the ride. I'll give you 3 quid. All right, you're not allowed to use the belt.
Whenever I see a Ferris wheel, I do think the Millennium Wheel is clearly the best one.
It's so slow, though.
Well, if you scream louder, it goes faster. Did you not realise that was the system?
No.
Call them a pikey, they go mental with it.
Trisha, the wheel, it's supposed to be a delightful journey with a view across London.
But it's usually foggy or raining, so you can't see anything.
Oh, no, go when it's sunny.
Are you writing any of this down, Trisha?
Have you ever been to Alton Towers? They've done well. They've started to run out of names of big roller coasters. So the previous few have been like Nemesis, Oblivion, and then one at the moment's called Rita.
I don't like those teacups. I actually got beaten up in one once.
So, you got beaten up in a teacup?
Rides. Right. I was in this teacup ride and someone punched me in the mouth.
You suffered the gayest ever assault.
Yeah.
I was in the teacup, officer, and this brute hit me. And I was just spinning gently. I was having a wonderful time.
I got punched. It's mistaken identity.
Why?
They thought I was someone else.
OK, so true or false, 34% of Brits would prefer a trip to a car boot sale than a theme park. True or false? Sean?
True.
True. Both going for true. Well, I can tell you the answer is true. 34% of Brits would prefer a car boot sale to a theme park. So at the end of that round, I can tell you it's 4 points to Sean's team and 5 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. OK, first one, most dangerous sport.
Is it any sport that's played in the vicinity of Alby City?
Greg, is tennis dangerous?
No.
Well, you hit it really hard, don't you?
Yeah, but you got to remember, the ball's soft, so it's not going to hurt you too
It's not
badly.
that soft. It's not like a sponge ball and plastic rackets like at school. What about doubles, though? Have you ever hit somebody on the back of the head when playing doubles?
Yeah, I did that once.
Who was it?
Wasn't it? It was Henman. You hate Henman.
Go on.
Is it five-a-side archery?
The ones that do my head in are the old people. You know, when you see them on local news and it's like, oh, now we're going to cut to Ernest. He's 89 today and he's about to do his first skydive. Fuck off, Ernest. You're 89, sit in a chair and wait to die. That's what you're for.
It's kind of a posh sport.
Polo.
Rugby?
Rugby is exactly
Rugby.
right.
Rugby.
Yes, I can tell you the most dangerous sport is rugby. Rugby was invented at public school when some boys were playing football and thought, this isn't gay enough. Brit's biggest regret.
Shaving all her hair off.
Was it not letting Harry go to Iraq?
Winning the football thing.
World Cup.
World Cup, we did win it. We haven't stopped going on about it.
Remember when you were about 15, we won it?
Is it the repeal of the Corn Laws?
Ooh, 1832.
That was stupid. That was crazy. Because they were good, those Corn Laws.
What, sorry?
1847, nice call.
Was it 1847? Surely it was 32.
That was the Reform Act.
What do you think it's going to be like to sleep with a girl? Good knowledge, though. Brit's biggest regret.
Trisha.
I'll give you a clue. It involves your partner.
And when he murdered them and buried them.
Not
To do with
getting enough
sex.
sex.
Oh, losing the...
That's the right answer. Not getting enough sex. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Alan and Greg have 4 points, Jason, Trisha and Glenn have 7 points. They're the winners tonight. Well, thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
If you want to get more from 8 out of 10 Cats, download the podcast now at channel4radio.com. Next, Laura gives her views on her ex-housemates. She's coming out.